I got asked who was better out of Artis Gilmore or David Robinson. Now, if I go by the NBA career, it looks like David Robinson pretty much comfortably in the slide because though Artis Gilmore had a pretty good NBA career, he played on a lot of crappy teams in Chicago, and there were injuries, and it just was, it's basically being in Saudi Arabia, out of sight, out of mind. But if I put his ABA career up, it's a lot closer than you think. You got to understand, he was something else, and his percentages from the field were in legendary. Cat was flirting with 60%. And that was almost down. I want to look at the career percentages from the field. That's about near pushing 9 to 10 better than David Robinson. So that's a heck of a percentage. And imagine David Robinson was a league MVP and all he accomplished. So how would it have been if I can compartmentalize everything together? It's a lot closer than you can imagine. Because Artis Gilmore was an enforcer, physical presence, had that smooth left hand, block your shot, shoot, dunk, got physical, and was strong and athletic as all get out. How might a life have been had he been able? Well, he ironically did play with the Spurs, but a man he called George Gervin, he was older. Imagine if he had to come along with a Tim Duncan. How might things have been? Would it have made a difference compared to David Robinson? It's hard to say because I think it could have made a difference. It could be a lot closer than you think. If you give Artis Gilmore that era, especially that late 90s, early 00s with Tim Duncan, his fortunes and his respect probably would have come full circle because, again, he did his damage primarily with the ABA, but he had some good NBA seasons. It's just that when you put his NBA career up against David Robinson, for the most part, it looks like a blowout. The points are probably about 5 or 6 difference, and the rebounds are close. The assists a bit difference, but the postseason is where David got him beat bad. But again, and sometimes with guys, the postseason success, who you played with, where you were, the style of the game. Now, David Robinson's defense, he did play in a tough era in the NBA. Now, he was tough. There's no question about it. However, it's not like, he went to another league and he came to the NBA and then he got stuck in Saudi Arabia and then he just, it's like no one could put it in perspective. This is a whole different hit, but it's a good debate when you think about it, because if I'm allowed at liberty, which the NBA doesn't want to do, if I could combine the ABA and the NBA, well, he was a big time fixture in the ABA, it's a lot closer than you can imagine. It's pretty close, And again, it comes down to coaching and the structure. Because I imagine if you gave Artis Gilmore a Parker and Ginobili and Pop with Duncan, I think he wins a couple rings. I just do. I think with his skill set, And again, he did do, he had a pretty good run in the NBA, but it's at ABA, that's that Artis Gilmore. But again, if you could combine the two, and that the field goal percentage he had back then, imagine when David Robinson played with Duncan and he had his field goal percentage, he would have been insane. So it's an interesting argument if you study the numbers, if you take into accountability, the timing and everything that goes along with it. It's pretty compelling. But what do you think? Because I'm saying, let's be liberal. You can Google the ABA numbers of Artis Gilmore, see his highlights, see what he did, and then you put that up against David Robinson at his best. See if it's such a blowout then, because it could be a lot closer. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership, because when you do, requests like this come true. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.